Some mysteries remain unsolved, leaving behind eerie questions with no answers. From an unsettling broadcast hijacking to a brutal unsolved murder, these cases continue to haunt the world. Today, we dive into 5 of the most chilling and perplexing mysteries that remain unsolved to this day. Case 1. The Max Headroom Signal Hijacking. On the night of November 22nd, 1987, Chicago viewers witnessed something disturbing. During a live sports segment on WGN-TV, the signal suddenly cut out. The screen turned black before revealing a strange figure, a man, wearing a rubber Max Headroom mask. He rocked back and forth in front of a shifting metal background, his voice distorted and incomprehensible. The broadcast lasted only 25 seconds before the signal was restored. Later that same night, another hijacking occurred, this time during a broadcast of Doctor Who on WTTW. This time, the masked figure spoke. His words were bizarre, making references to Coca-Cola, television stations, and even crude remarks about news anchors. He ended the hijacking by exposing his bare behind while being spanked with a fly swatter by an unseen accomplice. The incident remains one of the most infamous signal intrusions in television history, despite extensive investigations by the FBI and the Federal Communications Commission. No one was ever caught. To this day, the identity and motive of the hijacker remain unknown. Case 2. The Hinterkaifeck Murders. In a small, isolated farmstead in Germany, the Gruber family lived a quiet life until March 31st, 1922, when horror struck. That evening, someone lured the family members, Andreas and Casilia Gruber, their daughter Victoria, her 2 children, and their maid, one by one into the barn. There they were brutally murdered with a mattock. The killer then entered the house and murdered the youngest child in their bed. The most chilling part? The murderer stayed at the farm for days. Neighbors reported seeing smoke from the chimney, and someone had fed the livestock. Even the family dog was well taken care of. It was only days later when concerned villagers discovered the gruesome scene. Despite multiple investigations, no suspect was ever convicted. There were theories. A former maid who quit after claiming the house was haunted, Victoria's rumored secret lover, or even a wandering madman. But no solid evidence was ever found. A century later, the Hinterkaifeck murders remain one of Germany's most unsettling unsolved crimes. Case 3. The Black Dahlia Murder. January 15th, 1947. A woman walking near Leimert Park in Los Angeles discovered something horrifying. A mutilated body of a young woman, cut in half at the waist. Her face had been slashed into what would later be called the Glasgow Smile, and there were no traces of blood at the scene. It was clear she had been murdered elsewhere and dumped there. The victim was quickly identified as Elizabeth Short, a 22-year-old aspiring actress. Known in the media as the Black Dahlia, her murder became an instant sensation, with newspapers sensationalizing her life and police scrambling for answers. Over the years, hundreds of people have been considered suspects. Some even falsely confessed to the crime. But despite extensive investigations, no one was ever arrested. Theories range from a sadistic doctor performing a gruesome experiment to connections with the Hollywood elite. Even today, the murder of Elizabeth Short remains one of the most infamous cold cases in American history. Who killed the Black Dahlia? No one knows. Case 4, the Sodder Children Billboard. On Christmas Eve, 1945, in Fayetteville, West Virginia, tragedy struck the Sodder family. Their home caught fire in the middle of the night. George and Jenny Sodder, along with 4 of their children, managed to escape. But 5 of their children were never seen again. Firefighters arrived too late, and by morning, the house had burned to the ground. But here's where things get strange. No human remains were found in the ashes. Experts stated that the fire wasn't hot enough to completely incinerate bones. The Sodders began to suspect foul play. Over the years, witnesses claimed to have seen the missing children. A woman in a Charleston hotel said she saw them with 2 strange men. Another tip claimed they were taken to live with relatives in Italy. Desperate for answers, the Sodders put up a massive billboard along Route 16, offering a reward for information. The billboard remained up for nearly 40 years. Even with decades of searching, no solid evidence ever surfaced. Were the children kidnapped? Was there a cover-up? To this day, the fate of the Sodder children remains a heartbreaking mystery. Case 5, the Circleville Letters. In 1976, residents of Circleville, Ohio, started receiving terrifying letters. The anonymous writer knew personal details about their lives, affairs, crimes, secrets they had never told anyone. The letters targeted multiple people, but the main victim was Mary Gillespie, a local school bus driver. One letter accused Mary of having an affair with the school superintendent. Then, in 1977, her husband, Ron, received a phone call, grabbed his gun, and drove off, only to crash his car and die under mysterious circumstances. The police ruled it an accident, but the letter writer disagreed. More letters followed, threatening Mary and others in the town. Eventually, Mary's brother-in-law, Paul Freshour, was arrested as the supposed writer. Even while he was in prison, the letters continued. Was he the true culprit, or was someone else behind it? To this day, the identity of the Circleville letter writer remains unknown. Some mysteries may never be solved. Whether it's a bizarre broadcast hijacking, a gruesome unsolved murder, or eerie letters haunting an entire town, these cases remind us that sometimes the truth is stranger than fiction. Which of these cases do you think will ever be solved? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more mysterious content. Until next time, stay curious and stay safe.